Hey guys, today we're going to take the Olight H1 Nova headlamp. It's a great little flashlight with some areas of improvement. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the overall body construction real quick. There's your power button on top and the bottom. This is what screws off for the battery compartment. Very nice threads. You can see right here. Here's the rubber O-ring that will seal it shut. Of course, this is a CR123 battery. One nice thing about this magnetized tail cap too is it's got fantastic knurling on the end, gives you some good traction. Also on the other end, it's got these pretty deep grooves cut up here. For me personally, I like it aesthetically, but it also gives it a little bit of grip. So there is some function to it as well. And the functions on this, if you press and hold the power button, that will put you in moonlight mode, about 2 lumens. And this does have memory, so if I turn it back on, it automatically returns to the mode that I had it on previous. If I press and hold the button again, that will go up to 15 lumens, 60 lumens, I'm trying not to blind you guys here, 180 lumens, and now if we hit it twice, double tap, that goes up to 500 lumens 3 times. This will put it in SOS mode. This does not have a strobe mode. I don't think most will be disappointed with that. I do have fun with strobe mode when I'm just teasing my family. That's about all I use it for. So not a big loss to me at all. And then the final function that it has is an actual lockout mode. So if you press and hold, comes on, keep pressing, and now see how it turned off? Now it's in lockout mode. So if I do press this, it does turn on, but it doesn't stay on. See that? So to get it out of that mode, you press and hold. See how it blinked? Now it's back to normal. So I can press it off and then turn it right back on. Now here's the package that you get when you purchase this light. And Olight did send this to me, but it comes in this nice carrying case. You've got some information in here. I won't bother going over that. The reason I'm showing you this is because this is where I had the clip for the flashlight. Because not only is this a headlamp, but also you can take this, snap it on, and you've got an EDC light. However you want to carry it. You can actually put it on that direction, or if you want, and it stays on there pretty good, you can throw it on that side as well. Kind of just depending on how you want to do it, what makes sense for you. Now, this is a good little EDC light. The one thing to note about it is that its primary purpose is, if I can get this clip off there, it gets on there pretty good. The primary purpose of this is, of course, a headlamp. So this is the headlamp portion of here, and those 2 grooves that I just showed you within the flashlight here go into this silicone molding. Now, this silicone molding makes me a little bit nervous when I first purchased it, or when I first got this flashlight, because I wondered how it was going to hold up. So what I've done to really test that out is I've EDC'd the flashlight for about a month, but I've also EDC'd this piece in my pocket. My philosophy behind that was in my pocket with my phone and moving around, it was going to get a lot of this stuff going on in my pocket, and I wanted to see how it held up. Now you are going to see this is filthy because it's been writing in so many different pockets, but what you can see, in at least this time, about a month's time, is you don't have any tears in the silicone molding. So that is a big plus in my book. Now how this fits in there, however you want to put it in, but these little bands there just sit in on the flashlight like that. We'll turn this on the low mode so we don't blind you, but essentially what we've got now is we have this configuration. And then while it's on your head, you simply just turn the flashlight to direct the light up or down. And it really works quite well. What I find is it rotates freely in there, but it's enough that it holds it wherever you leave the flashlight. So for example, if this is on your forehead here and this is facing up, what you don't find is it creeping down on you. There's enough friction here holding it in place that it stays where you put it, but it is easy to move as well. So it's a very, very good balance there. Also, so I've used this almost every night for a month. Been taking my dogs out for plenty of walks. In fact, while we're talking about it, now let's use that and I'll show you some beam shots that I did on those walks. You can see my fingers there, my black glove, that is arm's distance out. This is the moonlight mode. There's in front of the camera. Again, there's the lowest mode, not moonlight. Middle mode. And highest mode. Forgot to do another mode. This is the 500 lumens that you're looking at. Again, those about 30 yards out. Coyotes out tonight. You hear that? Huh? You hear that yipping and yapping? It actually floods this area quite well. It's not a focused area, it is a floodlight, and for the headlamp it works extremely well. Now using this, some of the headlamps I've used in the past, not all, but this tends to move around on your head, so you're constantly having to readjust. This one holds pretty good. It stays where it needs to, and it doesn't wander on you too much. Also with that silicone molding on this side, it's pretty comfortable when it's laying against your flat head, or in my case, your bald head. So it makes it pretty comfortable there too. Now going out this time of year, it's been pretty cold, so I've had full snow gloves on, and I find it still relatively easy, even with those big puffy gloves, to get to that power button. I have to hunt around a little bit, but that's one of the things with flashlights, especially if they're little buttons with big gloves on during the wintertime, that can be a problem. That's just something I've noticed because of the time of year, is that I can get to that button pretty easy. Gonna do the water test on this. This is rated at an IPX8, which is the highest waterproof testing that they can give on a flashlight, or that they do give. So let's see what it does. We'll throw it in there for a half hour. Let me get it set up. While I'm doing this, why do we do this? Why do I do this specifically? Because some people think I'm never going to have this long of a water issue. And yes, that may be right. All right, there's 30 minutes. But what this is testing is virtually, the only thing I can really think of is if somebody actually drops their flashlight in a river. If they do that, hopefully you get it right back out. Probably no worse for the wear. But this is testing kind of a worst case scenario. So if it passes this, chances are, and I can't give any guarantees, but chances are anything you're going to do with your flashlight is going to pass with flying colors. Doesn't seem to be a problem with it. We'll get it all nice and dried off, at least on the outside. Looks like there might be some water in the lens. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Nice and dried off. Now we'll open it up. It's pretty dry on the inside. No problems I can see there. Don't see anything on the tail cap. Battery looks good. So no moisture got on the inside. That's a good thing. What I don't know, I don't think I can take this apart actually. Yeah, there's water in the lens. Starting to come out a little bit, right? See it right there? That's from inside the lens. So yes, there is water in the lens area. Yeah, so the actual inside where the battery compartment is worked very well with not getting the water in there. The lens area down in here, that's a different story. There is some water in there. It's seeping out now, but it doesn't appear to have affected the functionality of the light at all. Again, I'm still early on in the testing of this guy, so I still have a lot of use, about 3 to 4 more weeks of use. If that negatively impacts this flashlight at all, you certainly will hear about it. Following that waterproof testing and getting that water in the lens, I've had it for about 3 weeks after that, I think, and I haven't had any problems with the functionality of the flashlight whatsoever. One thing I did notice when the battery goes low is that functioning through the different cycles that you have available, it gets a little squirrely on you. And personally, I kind of like that. To me, it's almost saying, hey, this is a warning, your battery's getting low, because I could still use it. Sure enough, put a fresh battery in, right back to normal. This is a great little flashlight. I love the size. In subsequent versions of this, what I'd really like to see improved is that 500 lumen count being much longer than the 3 minutes. Size-wise on this, it is a perfect size, especially for EDC, especially for wearing on the head mount. It's not too big and bulky. You can see it's roughly the size of a thumb. That's the size of this flashlight, and it's coming in with the battery and the flashlight about 2.4 ounces, and that's including the strap on this as well. Price on this is coming in about $55. I'll put some links below if you're interested in purchasing this bad boy. I did notice when I was doing the pocket carry, the EDC carry of this flashlight, that it did turn on a couple of times when I had it in my pocket. What I didn't do is have it down in lockdown mode, and I didn't have the clip on it. I just threw it in the bottom of my pocket with a bunch of other stuff, and it did come on. But putting it in lockdown mode, that certainly would help. Putting the clip on it would certainly help, because then it's gonna free up that button from being hit from all the other junk that's in your pockets. There's a look at that Olight H1 Nova flashlight. It's a great little headlamp, of course, with dual purpose use as an EDC light. If you're out camping, if you're out backpacking, you could also take it out and use it as an individual flashlight. This thing has a lot of great uses. It's very comfortable on the head, and it functions very well too. I've been very happy with it as I've been out on the trail. That one area I'd like to see improved is that 500 lumens runtime. Other than that, this thing is really good. It's very compact, small, functional. That power button is great. I like the functionality of it. Thanks much for watching. We'll see you.